Folks, it's a very important week because when someone yells, fire, fire, oh my God, where? You grab your fire extinguisher, then what do? Well, we're going to show you what to do. National Fire Prevention Week is this week. And the City of Prince George, PG Fire Rescue, well, they're going to teach us how to use this. To be honest, I have no idea. So we'll see how this goes today. But you can assure yourself there will be some firemen on the show. All that and more coming up on CKPG Today. It's that time of the year, once again, National Fire Prevention Week, an important week to highlight fire prevention, and we're doing it here with Prince George Fire Rescue at Hall number 1 today. We got a fire extinguisher, we got some fire gear on, and this, folks, is going to be a feature heard around the seniors' homes in this community. Stay tuned for more. Yes, it is National Fire Prevention Week, and we're talking about it here at Hall number 1 in Prince George with the one, the only Andrews Lindsay. Thanks so much for making the time to chat.
No, thank you. Thank you for joining us here.
I feel like this is our annual check-in on your mustache.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty good this year.
Has it got better than last year?
I think it looks very good.
Okay, well, that's one good thing.
So you know the firefighters know what they're talking about when they got a mustache like that.
True, for the most part.
For the most part. No, but in all seriousness, we're here to talk about National Fire Prevention Week, which this year the theme is around batteries.
Yeah, so this year National Fire Prevention Week is October 5th to 11th coming up. And Prince George Fire Rescue just wants to remind you that the theme this year is Charge into Fire Safety, lithium-ion batteries in your home. So with that, lithium-ion batteries are used daily pretty much everywhere now. As you can see behind us here, our fire crews even use them for their devices for emergency response.
This has a battery. Whoop. I won't break it.
So phones, tablets, anything pretty much that charges nowadays is using a lithium-ion battery.
Okay.
So,
and these now, they seem safe on the surface, but things can go hairy pretty quickly with them.
Yeah, so the thing about them is if they do get overcharged or damaged, there is a chance that they can overheat, that they could cause a fire, or that they could explode even.
Okay, this is bad. This causes a fire.
We do see it happening more commonly now, so.
Are they harder to put out than regular fires? Different?
Yes, they are different, yeah. So a few safety tips, if you want to hear them, for residents at home to keep them more safe, is that if you are buying a lithium-ion battery, just try and buy one that's UL listed so that it's certified. So on the batteries, look for a certification mark.
Don't buy the cheap one on Amazon.
No,
go for the one that's certified.
Yeah, so you want to buy batteries that have a certification mark on it. You want to look for nationally recognized testing lab like UL or ETL or CSA designation on it.
Gotcha, the CSA one, I know that logo very well. This could be anything from, we were talking about e-bikes, could be like this kind of stuff. It could be, what about cell phones?
Yeah, like I said, pretty much everything that charges nowadays uses a lithium-ion battery in it.
Okay.
So number one safety tip, as I said, was buying it. You want to make sure you buy the certified batteries.
Buyer beware.
You want to charge them properly. That's another key item. So
how do you charge properly?
You want to make sure to use the charger that came with the device, number one. If you're buying another charger, like you said, don't buy them maybe off Amazon without knowing the history. You want to buy a charger that is approved by the manufacturer.
Okay.
And also, try not to charge them on your bed or a soft surface under your blankets. You want to use a hard, stable, flat surface.
So I'm just speaking from experience here. I got a laptop, it gets hot.
Yeah.
Probably best to keep that away. That's the soft surface thing we're talking about, or a charger thing.
Yeah, so make sure, like I said, you keep it on a hard, flat surface. Charging it when you're charging it, when it's reaches capacity, you want to unplug it. You don't want to overcharge it. That could also bring you for a higher possibility of catching fire, overheating.
Interesting. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot with this question, but lots of people we've heard over the years about charging with power bars versus charging at the direct outlet in the wall, or an extension cord or something. Is there a right way to do things on that? Because I've heard, power surge or something like that, maybe at a higher risk.
Yeah, so I would say, not technically, but a power bar will protect you from power surges to protect your device.
Okay.
As long as you're plugged directly into the wall, that is also a safe recommended way for charging. You just don't want to use extension cords to reach another area where you're charging your device. So
don't put the extension cords through the wall. I think we learned that in a past year of this.
Most likely, yeah. So
full of knowledge.
I do have one more safety tip as well.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
So finally, if you're recycling them, make sure you recycle them properly. So don't just dispose of your batteries in a garbage can or in your typical recycling bins. You want to dispose of them at a proper approved recycling location. So if you go on to the website, it lists a whole bunch of certified places in Prince George. I actually have a list with me back here if you want me to show you, but there's probably about 15 places here that you can drop off a battery that will take your lithium-ion batteries and recycle them properly for you.
It needs to be from A, B, C, D. I don't know all the battery acronyms, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
AAA, AA. Well, I know you're a AAA guy, so.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for chatting today. We got through this without me making any jokes about the pants, so this has been good so far.
Yeah, well, we'll save that for the next segment when you're using the fire extinguisher, I think.
Stay tuned for that, folks. We're going to continue National Fire Prevention Week with, yes, the reason why I'm wearing the outfit today. Thank you, Mr. Zelensky.
Thank you.
Holy, this is exhausting. You guys do this for hours?
Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV.
Now time to put these pants to the test here as part of National Fire Prevention Week. And well, we got a fire extinguisher here. I think I know what's about to happen next with the real G. Firefighter Gunning, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, yeah, thank you. You are going to teach us how to use one of these today, I hear.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about this. If someone should have this in their home, one like this.
Okay, so the first thing we want to kind of do with the fire extinguisher is we want to know a little bit about it. So this is what's called the general purpose ABC fire extinguisher. So this can put out ordinary combustibles, fuels and gases, and electrical equipment.
Oh, wow.
Next thing we want to do is know where it is. We want to have this in our house, mounted on a wall, and we want to keep it accessible. We don't want to put it in a closet. We don't want to put it under the kitchen sink.
Don't put it behind your golf clubs or something like that.
No, we want to be able to have access to it.
So when you're before, you should probably have this, is it fair to say in the same floor as most of your things, or does it matter that?
A really good rule of thumb is around the kitchen area. That's where a lot of the cooking happens. You have electrical appliances. That's a general good rule of thumb and of where to keep it.
Okay, so if someone does that, they're going to make the local inspector like you happy.
Yes.
Okay, this is good. And now this, I've never used one of these before. I guess I'm fortunate enough, I've never had to. But some people who have will know how this works. This one filled with chemicals, these ones over here not, and we got a fire today. What do you want to do next? You want to start up the fire or not yet?
We'll start up the fire. The acronym we use for fire extinguishers is called PASS.
Okay.
Pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. And I can run you through that and give you a little demonstration.
Okay, we'll see if we can get the cameraman wet today, eh, Zach? He says no. All right, well, hit the fire. Let's get this fire cooking. Who brought the hot dogs? So this is like simulating, could be a barbecue fire, probably is what my mind goes to.
Right. In your home using an extinguisher, you have to know your limitations. The biggest fire you should be attempting to put out would be about the size of a trash can or a small barbecue, something on a stove.
Anything other than that, call you.
Call 911, know your exit routes, and get out of the house.
Huh. So the fire is on and, I need to put it out. I'm grabbing one of these and pass.
Yeah, so our acronym PASS refers to pull, as in pull out the pin.
Okay.
Aim. So aim at the fire.
Yeah.
Squeeze the handle. And then
just like
that kind of gives us our distance to the fire so we know how far we can be. And then we want to sweep.
Sweep it. That's just
sweeping back and forth.
And you turn your hot dog into hot dog soup. Unfortunately. Cook another one. That's pretty good. And you're going all until it's out.
Exactly. Until it's out or our extinguishing agent is done, we put it down, we never turn our back to the fire, and we want to know our exit routes, and we leave.
Interesting. And how many years have you been doing this for?
15 years.
And would you say people, probably could use the education to do it safely at home based on your experience?
Everybody can always use a little bit of education.
Here we go. Okay, fire. Uh-oh. Pull the tab. Throw the tab on the ground. Take the hose out and point.
Aim it, squeeze it.
Hasta la vista, baby. Sweep, sweep. Holy, this is exhausting. You guys do this for hours?
Days.
Days at times. Oh my goodness. Come on, go out. I'm not hitting the sweet spot. I can tell I'm just a junior at this.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. Come on. There's one little, no. I'm not turning my back on this, is what you taught me. There we go.
Once you've exhausted your agent or put out the fire, you'd put the extinguisher down, walk backwards to your exit, leave the building.
Hello 911. Should you call 911 even if you put it out?
Yes, you should call
Probably.
911 before you attack the fire,
All right.
or have someone call for you.
This is good. And now people, of course, make sure you get your fire extinguisher in your house. You keep it up to date because, as we just saw here, you want to make sure you have the stuff that works. And, well, I just thank you for your time today. This has been great.
Thanks a lot.
Educational. This is going to be talked about for months at the Prince George Chateau. I hope you know this.
Explore inside city limits on CKPG Today. Brought to you by the City of Prince George. Follow us online, download the City of PG app, or subscribe to city newsletters to stay up to date on what's happening in your community.
Folks, in case you haven't heard the news, the 99.3 Rewind Morning Team has a new face and one with hair. Mr. Kurt Flesher, welcome to the crew here.
Especially at my age, like it's amazing that I still have hair, right?
Sure.
So, yeah, Kurt and Jen now in the mornings on 99.3. And, well, first, congratulations.
Well, thank you. I'm actually really excited to be here. I've been a longtime Prince George resident. Obviously, I've had lots of chances to listen to the station before, so getting to actually jump in with Jen is
Yeah.
pretty exciting for me.
And how's it been so far, Jen, having this guy around?
Well, it's nice, seasoned vet who knows the area, who knows people, so it's not like, learning all of the ropes over again.
Yeah, because, to try to, get someone to figure out what Prince George is, it's hard to explain.
Yeah. And
So-
especially some words like, Ospika,
Oh, yeah.
Padurni, things like that. I don't have to train Kurt on any of that.
So now there's no excuse, Kurt.
Yeah, no, when I make mistakes, it's all on my head, 100%.
But walk me through a little bit about like the theme of the show of what you guys hope to encapsulate here on Rewind Mornings, because obviously like every morning show, you guys love to be high energy with the music, your people's wake up track. But what do you hope to bring? Maybe start with you, Kurt.
Actually, speaking of high energy, I had somebody stop me in the park the other day when I was down there for Truth and Reconciliation Day, and they were literally like, "Can you just calm it down a little bit?"
That's a good sign.
We need the energy in the morning.
We do, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for us is we are both longtime Prince George residents.
Yeah.
We really want to bring a lot of the flavor of the city to the station as much as possible. Even recently we were talking about Cottonwood Island Park,
Yep.
and the biggest reaction we got was like talking about the birds that people, have landing in their hands and
Yeah.
the atmosphere there. I think Prince George really likes to hear about Prince George a lot.
And
Yeah.
then Kurt has just this phenomenal wealth of musical knowledge too, so that's always a bonus.
That helps. I was going to say, what is your advice to people calling in? How can they make fun of Kurt? What have you learned so far?
Our next event button on the board doesn't work,
Okay.
and that's his go-to. So if you hear like a couple of seconds of nothing and me chuckling in the background, it's because he's trying to use the button and not touch the screen.
I mean, there's like a wealth of things you can make fun of me for. Do we really need to help people
No.
out?
I mean, but do you have a favorite decade, Kurt? I don't know. I'm going to ask you this, Jen, because I don't know if I asked you this before, but Like your rewind radio, your 80s, 90s. What is it?
Yeah, I mean, so I was a teenager in the 90s. That's the biggest thing. So I do tend to kind of go back there a lot. I think a lot of people return to the decade that they grew up with. But I was a kid through the 80s. So I love 80s movies. I love 80s music. And then I love a lot of the stuff from the 90s. We were talking about Tarantino.
Yeah, exactly.
Love Tarantino. Love all of the bands that were big in the 90s. Yeah, I don't know that I have a decade specifically, but those are probably the two that I identify with the most.
That's fair.
Pretty much the same goes for me. There's not much of an age difference between Kurt and I,
Yeah.
unlike my previous two co-hosts.
So the 80s were really colorful.
Kind of have to explain it to like you're explaining it to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, exactly.
a little differently. But I'm just like super excited to have you guys together here in the morning and here on the show as well. And I'm excited to see what the future brings in terms of try-its and things like this. Should we plan something evil to initiate Kurt, Jen? What do you think?
I think I actually might have an idea.
Okay.
So,
Or you want to just keep that one secret
luck.
for now? Oh, good. Good, I like it.
yeah.
I'm actually scared right now. It's being kind of fast.
Do you like spicy things?
Oh, actually, I do.
Okay. I can still make it pretty evil, though.
Yo, 100%.
This is good.
100%.
Yeah, you missed the wing eating competition, so sorry about that, Kurt. But don't worry, we'll get you.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm picturing I'm going to be like in an episode of Hot Ones now. You're going to be throwing questions at me.
Maybe not.
okay.
We'll see.
That's scary.
Okay. So far, so good here. 1 week done. This would be the first full week, though, in theory.
Yeah, we had Tuesday off.
Yeah, we've had a really weird start to this show. We were kind of hanging out for half a week, then we actually got on the air, and that was a short week. So
Yeah, it was one day off, and then 3 days. So.
Yeah.
I was going to say, how do you know that you guys are in sync on the air? But I feel like you already are because you're kind of finishing each other's sentences.
Yeah, we definitely finished each other's sandwiches.
Morning teams always weird me out just a hair of how in sync they are. And, well, I guess I could tell you guys are already that. So congrats, and looking forward to listening to all the great mornings on Rewind. And, actually, before we let you go, favorite soundtrack or, thing you're looking forward to playing?
Okay. Wow. Okay. So let me qualify here.
Yeah.
Soundtrack from a film, soundtrack for your life. Like, what kind of soundtrack are we talking about here?
So a song that could be a soundtrack to the morning show, Jen and Kurt.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's a big
Highway to Hell?
question. Yeah.
And you're never allowed to change it.
I'm going to stick with that. I think that was the
Highway to
best
Hell,
answer
yeah.
that we could have got.
I like it. Well, join the Highway to Hell, 99.3 Rewind Mornings with Jen and Kurt. Thanks, guys.
Taking a look outside at our CKPG Snapshot of the Day, courtesy of Russ Claroux, who was out enjoying the recent Northern Light shows and captured this shot near Shelley. Yeah, wow. What a gorgeous shot. And the Aurora Borealis have been absolutely fantastic lately. So many nights you can see them even through the city lights, although it gets a lot nicer when you get out of the city light pollution and get out near Shelley, where Russ Claroux was, to catch this spectacular shot. If you have a snapshot, folks, we'd love to see it. Snapshot@ckpg.com is our email. Hey there, got an idea or suggestion for the show? Reach out and connect through our social media or send us an email at letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca.
Doing things a little bit different this week in history because we got some great photos to take a look at, courtesy of the Exploration Place. Some photos taken in October long ago, before you were here, before I was here, and before there was any kind of highways. I'm talking about the Yellowhead Pass. There's a lot of stories behind how this was developed, including a lot of rock blasting. And if you drive from Prince George to Jasper, well, you can see it probably was terrifying. Imagine, on a horse and wagon? Wow, how did that work? Well, we're about to see a little bit of the ease of that journey today in local history.
Taking a look back in local history, back to the year 1911, way over 100 years ago, the Mayette River, where they were cutting rock to make way for a trail. Yes, this was a very important transport route, and then it became the route of the railways and ultimately the Yellowhead Pass, as you know it today as Highway 16. There's a lot of history. This is near Jasper National Park. The early days of the trail through the Rockies was not an easy one. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, it is quite impressive how the folks made it over those Rocky Mountains into British Columbia. It's just certainly an incredible journey. And another thing that's had a pretty cool journey is this bear, which has made its way into our studio courtesy of Janice Merkel. She makes them locally, and I wanted to give her a shout out here. She gave one to us, and well, it belongs here on this set because our set reflects the community, which is all of you watching this today. So thank you so much. I'll let you go, but we'll see you for more good stuff on the show tomorrow, folks. Bye for now. I'm going to put this up here.